Hey y'all, welcome to Soul Makes to Georgia. I'm Alex, and today I'm sitting on the floor in my dining room next to my seedlings that I planted in a recent video. And so we talked about what we were planting last week or a couple weeks ago, and today we're talking next steps on what goes into taking care of those little seedlings that are starting to sprout. And then we're also going to talk about what we're most excited to grow this season. So here's Susie first, and then we'll come back to me.
Hi, this is Susie. I wanted to thank Travis of Homesteading The Wright Way for tagging us with the question, what are we most excited to grow this season? For me, it is definitely eggplant. I had a Japanese eggplant last year, not from seed, and it was delicious. I got to experiment with a lot of different recipes. So this year, I went a little overboard on the eggplant, but that's okay. I got a Black Beauty eggplant seed, and this is going to be really heavy. So I'm going to need to really put stakes and maybe something to keep it up, kind of like I do with my larger tomatoes. So very excited about this one. Then I got the snowy eggplant. So this is supposed to be very sweet, meaty. I was thinking of maybe making like a hummus or a dip out of it. I'm super excited. Never tasted this one before. So again, excited about this. And then there's the baby patio eggplant. Never tasted one. I'm very curious to see how tiny these are. And this one's already growing. So here are my baby eggplant seedlings. There's one and two. Oh, there's another one coming up. So 3 so far. Let's see, that's been 14 days. So 14 days. And then the Black Beauty has not come up yet, but that's okay. I planted that a few days ago. Okay, so that's what I'm super excited about. I'm going to put these little seedlings back in my miniature greenhouse underneath my grow lights. So these grow lights are really close because last year I had them a little far and the tomato plants got leggy, like really thin. And I wanted a stronger plant this year. So I'm doing these really close, and then as they get bigger, obviously I can move these up. And these have been great lights. I'll put a link to Amazon below. So not only am I doing the lights this year, but I'm also going to do a fan. And the fan is supposed to simulate how the wind would be. So I'm just going to use this little tiny fan. Simulate how the wind would move them, and so the stalks hopefully become stronger. And I teach, so I'm not here during the day, so when I get home I'll do it for a few hours, flip this around, do the fan for maybe another hour or two, just to try and get them to be stronger. So I'm very excited about the spring, and it cannot be warm enough soon.
I have a lot I'm excited about growing this year, partly because I had good success last year and just wanted to add to it this year. And so the first things I'm looking at that are new for me, I'm going to grow some jalapenos and Roma tomatoes. And the reason I'm doing those is my son asked me if I could grow salsa, a little bit of a challenge for my son who's not very interested in gardening. And by not very interested, I mean not at all. So he wanted to see what I could do. He likes salsa, so I figured I'd try to get him into it a little bit that way. And of course, I like it too. And then the other thing I'm excited about, one of those days I was at Home Depot looking, I wasn't even looking for seeds, I think, but I walked by the aisle and I started looking at all the flowers. I got tons and tons of different flowers. I didn't plant any flowers last year. I have a couple of different kind of sunflowers, but also just a lot of random wildflowers and just mixes of different stuff. I want to get the flowers growing to attack attract pollinators, but also attract those, this is the word I was almost saying, those bugs and insects that will attack the pests. So if you're bringing in extra insects to pollinate your garden, you're also bringing in beneficial insects. I want those. What I did last year, and I think one of the reasons my plants did so well, is in some of my containers I planted tomatoes along with the peppers in the same pots. So the more diverse you have of roots in the system, the more diversity you have in the fungi and the bacteria in there, and all that works together to make better plants. So I want to try to mix around, put some of these flowers in with my tomatoes and peppers and everything else I'm growing. Also, the third thing I'm excited about is watermelon. Travis's dad, Susie mentioned Travis earlier, who tagged us in this to do this video. His father-in-law had great success with watermelon last year. I did not have success with watermelon last year. I tried the sugar babies, the little ones, and this year I want to go for the big ones. So I might put some out front where they get more sun, but I'll probably do some in the back also, just because it's worth trying. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I want to try it. I love watermelon. I thought that'd be a fun one to do. And the fourth already. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff I'm excited about. We are down at the farm, so we talked about what Susie's excited about at our house, what I'm excited about here at my house in my garden, kind of our city gardens here. Down at the farm in Middle Georgia, we are doing a lot more cover crops this year. Instead of just putting out fescue that just grows and clover, and then the fall seasons we do, in the cool seasons we do rye, we're going to come up with a lot more cover crops and have a lot more diversity, which should be better for all the plants, help them grow, also better for the soil. And like I said, the diversity of plants helps everything grow better. So we're going to try to be a lot more diverse, and this is more than just a little bit. I think we're going to do maybe 5 or 6 acres of it, and we have about 40 acres for grazing, but we're going to start with this, see how well it does in our soil, and then we're expanding there. If we have a good trial this year, we'll expand next year and try to cover more of the farm. But I think it's going to be really good. Add a lot of carbon, a lot of good forage for the cows too. So I'm excited. I'm really excited about that. But this is my home stuff and the farm stuff. So next step is taking care of these plants. You saw I just watered in. These are just trays I use from catering that we had something catered, and I keep the trays. Anything I can repurpose, I try to. They're easy because I can pick them up and I just carry the whole thing out into the yard. And if it's a sunny day before we're at the last frost, I can take these outside. I work from home, so I take these outside for a couple hours a day in the afternoon. They get real sun, they get some wind on them, just makes them stronger, and they're a lot quicker to be able to get them in the ground without having to harden them off. When they are finally planted, I can just put them right in the ground and they're good to go. So I had success with that last year. It's been so rainy lately. I think it seems like everywhere in the country it's had more rain this year than we have in a long time. So I'm trying to get these taken care of to be ready to go when the last frost happens. But since, like I said, I work from home, on the sunny days, I'll take them out there, let them sit. I'll start with a couple hours, but I'll build up. But in late March, they'll be out there for 5 or 6 hours at a time. So that's pretty good. But let me show you one last step on things I need to do to help take care of these too. So I'm going to flip the camera around. One of the things I have here in my dining room is a makeshift grow light setup, and it's really basic, just kind of spotlight, I guess whatever they call spotlights, but then under it I have grow lights, just basic stuff from Home Depot. And then it's held up. I've seen this a couple places on YouTube. I don't remember where I saw it first, but I have these old water jugs filled with sand, and then a PVC pipe going around, and it holds them up. So hopefully that's not too blown out with the light in the background, but it just on both sides, and then I have it plugged in, and I have over here, I have a little bit of a timer set up. And so it goes on and off every day. And I don't have to worry about it. I just have to water them, but right now they are fine. And so I'm going to pull the box out a little bit, and then I need to go through here and start thinning these out. When I planted all these seeds, I put extra in all of the little peat pots here. Some of them were intentional, and then some of them went way out of control. Dropped 5 over here, they all came up. So these are all tomatoes on this side and peppers over here. Only my Greek peppers are coming up yet, and only 1 in each container. So what I'm doing is coming through here now and just thinning these out. I'm picking 1 out of each that's going to be the sole survivor, and just pruning these as I go, or thinning them. So on this one over here, smooth camera there, they're all kind of similar, so it doesn't really matter which one at this stage. It's hard to tell, and I could wait a little longer, and I think I will wait a little longer on those 3. I broke it down a little bit. This one is already getting leggy here, so I'm going to take that one out and try to, these are so close here. I'm gonna go, so you don't want to pull the, here's a big thing, you don't want to pull the seedlings out. You just want to trim trim near the bottom, and then the roots in there are so small they'll just die. But if you pull them out, you run the risk of disturbing the soil too much, and it's probably not going to be good for them. So I'm going to run through here. You don't have to see me trim all of them, but there's pretty basic stuff. Trim them, move on to the next one. Trim them, move to the next one. And I said don't pull them out, and then I pulled that one out that was barely in there. So that was probably a good one to have trimmed. But that is that. I'll finish those off camera. And we appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for joining me on my dining room floor and at Susie's breakfast table. We appreciate y'all watching, and thank you to Travis from Homesteading the Right Way for tagging in this video. And then we will tag some more people in our see if we can get some other people to join in this fun. Thanks. Bye. All right, so we are tagging Smith Family Ranch over in Texas. Darcy and Jeff have cattle. Their kids help them out on their farm, and they have a good garden. So let's see what they have that they're excited about growing this year. Other Texas YouTuber we want to tag is JC at JC's Farmette. She started her YouTube channel about the same time we did, so we've been following each other for a while, and excited to see what she's got going on. She's got a big garden over there. And also our third one is Sharon at Southern Bella Home, and they have chickens, she has gardens, and a lot of recipes she'll talk about also. So check her out. Sharon is in Georgia, and actually in the same town where our farm is. We haven't met yet, but looking forward to meeting her one day as our channels grow, and eventually we get to move down there. So anyway, thanks again for watching this collaboration video on what we're excited to grow this season, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, bye.